At the end of this video, you should be able to transform a statement of equality into a conversion factor. Chapter 2, Section 2, Conversion Factors. A conversion factor is a ratio derived from the equality between two different units that can be used to convert between one unit to the other. For example, suppose you want to know how many quarters there are in a certain number of dollars. To figure out the answer, you need to know how quarters and dollars are related. There are 4 quarters per dollar and $1 for every 4 quarters. Those facts can be expressed as ratios in 4 conversion factors shown on page 40 of your text or on the screen now. Notice that each conversion factor equals 1. That is because the two quantities divided equal 1. In any case where 4 quarters is equal to $1. Because conversion factors are equal to 1, they can be multiplied by other factors in equations without changing the validity of the equations.
A conversion factor is used to convert one type of unit to another. For example, 12 eggs are 1 dozen. From this relation, we can create a conversion factor by dividing one side of the equation by the other. If we have 3 dozen eggs, we can convert this number of eggs by multiplying 3 dozen by the conversion factor 12 eggs per dozen. We find that 3 dozen is equivalent to 36 eggs. We use conversion factors to change millimeters to meters and number of moles to number of atoms.
When you want to use a conversion factor to change a unit in a problem, you can set up the problem in the following way. Quantity sought is equal to quantity given multiplied by a conversion factor. For example, to determine the number of quarters in $12, you would carry out the unit conversion that allows you to change from dollars to quarters, which is to say, number of quarters is equal to $12 multiplied by a conversion factor. Next, you would have to decide which conversion factor gives you an answer in the desired unit. In this case, you have dollars and you want quarters. To obtain quarters, you must divide the quantity by dollars. Therefore, the conversion factor in this case must have dollars in the denominator. The factor is 4 quarters over $1. Thus, you would set up the calculation as shown on page 40 of your text or on the screen now. Notice that the dollars have been divided out, leaving an answer in the desired unit, quarters. Suppose you had guessed wrong and used $1 over 4 quarters when choosing which of the two conversion factors to use. You would have an answer with entirely inappropriate units, dollars cubed per quarter. You will work many problems in this course. It is always best to begin with an idea of what units you will need in your final answer. When working through the sample problems in this text, keep track of the units needed for the unknown quantity. Check your final answer against what you've written as the unknown quantity. Deriving conversion factors. You can derive conversion factors if you know the relationship between the unit you have and the unit you want. For example, from the fact that deci means 1/10, you know that there is 1/10 of a meter per decimeter, and that each meter must have 10 decimeters. Thus, from the equality 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeters, you can write the following conversion factors relating meters and decimeters. At this point, you should be able to transform a statement of equality into a conversion factor.